And we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Elevated Podcast. I'm joined today with my good friend Ruben.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to cover some different topics. To start off, though, I want to talk about immigration, right? I know you are not a fan of immigration. We were talking about this on the train.
Definitely not a fan at all.
So, how do you feel about this, right? So, there was this bill that came out. Let me see if I still have the picture. There was this bill that came out that they're trying to pass that basically it's like $118 billion bill, right, for the border. To secure the border, right? Now, how much of that money do you think is actually for the border? Out of 118 billion, how much of that do you actually think is for the border?
For me, to be honest, I'll say less than 100 billion.
Less than 100 billion, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, think about this. So, 118 billion overall in funds is going to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and the U.S. border. Now, the title of the bill is U.S. border, whatever the fuck, right? Security, what, some shit. $60 billion is going to Ukraine, right?
Of course.
14.1 billion is going to Israel. And about 20 billion is going to be implemented in new border policies. And then another 2.4 for the Red Sea, which it's a whole different fucking story. Now, how do you feel about how they're sending most of the money to Ukraine?
I feel like that's not our problem.
It's not, right?
No, because, like, to be honest, okay, like, I feel bad for them what's going on, but why do we have to send so much money over there? We don't even have stuff that's fully structured going on in our own America. So it's like we sending money over there to help when we still have issues over here that needs fixing. Like, look at New York, for example. We need to get cleaned up. They don't want to spend the money at all to try to help us, but they want to go and send money all over there to everyone else.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
when
crazy.
we need it.
It's crazy. Like, I was like, it's cost about like 20 billion to end homelessness. Fucking, you take like 2% of that bill, and you could give the people in Hawaii a whole bunch of money. Like, remember the Hawaii shit when there was like the whole shit fucking burned? It was a big ass fire.
Yeah.
Bro, they gave the families like $700 each, but yet they're sending 60 billion to Ukraine. And this shit is fucking ridiculous out here, bro. We got veterans, and this is my problem with immigration as well. We have veterans on the street that are homeless, bro, that like don't have a pot to piss in. And yet we're housing migrants.
That should never
we're putting migrants in fucking luxury hotels across the street from Madison Square Garden with free health care. Because we were talking about this earlier, bro.
Literally. About my house. I literally have a shelter there. There's none but problems going on. And it's straight. They're trying to add another one across the street. Who's doing that? That's not benefiting no one in New York. Especially not me. Because at nighttime when we have to come in and go do our stuff, you have people roaming the streets and it's not safe at all. They're trying to add another shelter there.
Bro, dude, we don't even know like who's actually going like coming across the border. Like we don't know if they're rapists, if they're pedophiles, if they're terrorists. Like, look at the terrorists that actually have came in, bro. That actually came in. Like,
that's true. And they as you see on the news, they have bad intent. One of them came in Times Square and opened fire at a tourist in Brazil. And another one, the DA is not even locking them up for real. One of them, you see the news showed them on the camera coming out. They smiling and laughing at us. They basically
over
just
here like that.
Flipping off
shit is crazy.
The U.S. Like, all right, this is their like.
Shit is crazy. Yo, like, God forbid we go to their country and did some dumb shit. Attack the police. We'll be fucking crucified.
But you know what I have to say about it? They don't want to clean up the streets. They don't want to do that. They want to keep sending the immigrants in. Look at what Obama was saying.
Right.
If you get into politics, he was basically telling immigrants to vote. I seen a clip and he was talking about, anyone could vote online. Like, he was basically saying like, it's confidential and stuff like that. What is he saying? He's basically telling immigrants to go vote.
That's crazy. You think that's why they're letting them in? You think they're trying to make them vote?
Yeah. That's why they letting them in. Because Biden doesn't want the U.S. to actually do good. That's why people hate Trump. But like, people would come at me for saying that I'm not going to say I advocate for Trump, but he did more for America than Biden did.
That's facts.
Way more. And Obama.
You know, when it comes down to why they're letting them in, I think it's more so like, because to say that they're going to make them voters, could be an argument, right?
Yeah.
Like it could be an argument, but it's like I feel like there's too much like legal issues with that. So like I don't think they would allow that. I'm hoping they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like the people that actually have a brain. But I think they're just trying to like I think they're trying to because we already know like Trump is gonna win.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to give him the hardest fucking time ever. You know what I mean?
They're trying to steal.
Because I feel like whoever's like in control of Biden, because obviously Biden is not running this country, bro. He's retarded.
He's not. He's a puppet.
Exactly. What I think is really going on, I think they're just trying to fuck it up so bad, so they give him the hardest time, and so that when it's all fucking crumbling down, they can blame it on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when he's having a hard time getting everything back together, oh, look at what Trump doing. He's not taking care of the country. He's not doing this. You know what I mean? They're just trying to fuck him up. And I think that could be a very plausible argument to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. I agree with that, to be honest. Because you look now, like even now, certain things that's going on, Biden be lost. Like I feel like if you advocate for Biden right now, then it's like you have no idea what's going on in America.
Yeah, right? Like
at all. Like if you support Biden, then you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
You're
like
lost.
You know what's funny? I want to move on. Well, I'm not gonna move on, but I want to. This is actually pretty funny. You know about Nikki Haley?
Nikki Haley.
She's running for president, right? In one of the states that they took Trump off of, which like this shit is funny. In one of the states that they took Trump off the ballot, it was when people went to go vote, it was Nikki Haley and none of the above because there was nobody else, right? So none of the above was anybody, like nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nobody, basically.
Bro, 60% of the people voted for none of the above.
Wow.
And bro, like 60% of the people voted for nobody, bro. They'd
crazy.
rather have nobody than Nikki Haley. And so what's also interesting is that whole process of taking Trump off the ballot, dude, that 60% goes straight to him, bro, because he's the only other candidate. So in them trying to stop him from getting on the ballot and stop him from getting votes, he still won. Like he literally still won. And this is the fucking bullshit, bro.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy.
When it comes to Trump, it's like, and I want to know your take on this. It's like, isn't it crazy how like they're trying to like give us the option of who to vote for? Like, shouldn't it be like, like if everybody in America wanted you to be president, shouldn't it be so?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why is it that now it's the politicians that get to decide who we choose for president?
That shouldn't be a thing.
You know what I mean?
That sounds kind of like dictatorship to me.
Kind of sounds like communism.
Yeah, communism to me. Like, come on, what's going on?
I feel like that's what it should be.
We the people, are we? Like, come on. Like, at this point, they trying to take away our rights.
At every chance they fucking get, bro. And you know what it is? Like, we're so blinded that we don't even fucking realize it.
Literally.
You know what I mean? The schools, the education, fucking ridiculous. The fucking the pharmaceutical companies are just pumping us up with drugs.
Literally.
The food industry pumping us up with shit. You know what I mean?
Everything. They just flooding everything with stuff that is not good for us. Fluoride. It's all in the toothpaste. Every time you go to the dentist, they give you fluoride. That messes up your head.
Bro, it's a neurotoxin too. It's a neurotoxin, which is crazy. If you swallow toothpaste, it says contact poison control.
It's literally a poison. People don't know that though. Yeah, you would tell certain people this and they would just call you crazy for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because it's the populace controlling them. It's the news. Everybody watches the news and just that feeds into them. Like, there's no reason why there should be a negative thing 24/7 that people listen to.
All right. I was saying I wanna speak on this around the pod too because I told you on the train.
Yeah.
Guys, I was watching this news channel, right? And the second after the ball dropped on New Year's Day, they were playing stories of, for the past year of 2023. And each story that they fucking played was everything that went wrong. The school shootings, the mass murders, the rapes, the car crashes, the terrorist attacks, the wars that are going on overseas. They played every story you can think of after the ball dropped. And it's like, wow. What a way to end the year, right? Like, what a way, like, give us everything that went wrong.
Way to start the year off.
Exactly. Like, what type of shit is that?
Like, you know what happens when you feed negative stuff to someone's head 24/7? That's how they begin to think. You start to feed someone positive thinking, make them feel good. Oh, this is good is going around. You mean to tell me that straight bad and negative things was happening the whole year? That's what they want everyone to think. And then that's where you see people just moving around so scared and just fear controlled. Everybody's fear
They
control.
want everybody to believe that everybody's racist, everybody hates everybody,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, that's not true.
That's not true.
You know, there was this clip I seen, and it's kind of crazy. It's like the news stations and news like articles and shit. The word racism, transgenderism, fucking woke, all these words started getting pumped up in articles like around like 20 something, right?
I wonder
2012
why.
maybe. So I might be wrong on the number. And his point was, it's not like America woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm a racist now. Oh, I want to be trans now. Oh, I'm this now." No,
Somebody's pushing it
bro,
behind
they're
this
fucking
background.
they're pushing it. They're saying, "Oh, there's racist here, racist there." And so for someone that watches the news every day, they're like, "Oh my god, like the world is racist now," and that's how they perceive the world.
Because you know that same person who's watching the news 24/7, that's how they're gonna think that the world is perceived.
It's fucking crazy, bro. Like
It's crazy. Like they really trying to, like, my thing is like, okay, I have no problem with people business and what they have going on, but it's like you shouldn't have to push it on me for me to like enjoy something.
that's a beautiful point, bro. Because it's like that's so when it comes to like I always hate talking about this because this is like a hot topic.
Yeah, it is.
When it comes to like transgenderism, right, and these fucking pronouns and shit, I have no fucking problem with it, bro. Like if you're a grown ass adult and you decide that, you know what, you're not feeling like who you were born as, do whatever the fuck you want. I couldn't give a shit. You're not
Yeah,
like, but don't force it on me.
Yeah.
Don't come to me or my kids.
Or
Not
my
that I have
kids.
any kids, but
Yeah, I know.
you know what I mean. Like when
yeah.
I have kids, I don't want the teachers talking about, oh, like what are your pronouns? Oh, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit's kind of weird, bro.
At some point, we gotta start thinking logically. Like, okay, like we want to respect people, okay, so we're not gonna disrespect you. But it's like, all right, you pushing on people, like you setting a narrative now. It's like, all right, you giving it like, why should you have to tell a kid who's still growing up, oh, are you this? Are you that? Like, no, they're not even thinking that way.
Exactly.
It's the media controlling it too, like TikTok and all that. Like, I feel like social media has impacted the youth in a bad way. 'Cause, like, I feel like once you get to a certain age, okay, it doesn't impact you as much. But like your younger years, you shouldn't really be on social media like that.
Yeah, right.
Especially this age.
You know, it's like you for social media, right? And now we can start talking about more philosophical things because fuck immigration. We already know that's a fucking
Yeah.
issue. We already know that
That
the
is an
fucking
issue.
that Biden has fucking
They
shit
want
up.
them to come and do that, like destruction.
But
Let them come to me,
and
though.
guys,
They
please,
gonna find out.
when like when you see people protesting, like, and I just want to make this point real quick, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that people are protesting on the street, right, for Israel or for, you know, against Israel for what's going on in that fucking part of the world.
Stuff like that.
They're blocking highways, blocking tunnels, you know, doing all this dumb shit. It's like, bro, do you really think Israel is tuning in right now and talking about, oh my God, they're blocking the highway? We got to stop, guys.
They're not.
We got to stop. We got to stop now. And it's like, no, like they don't give two fucks. And like I
They don't
understand
give a
that
fuck.
I understand that it's like it's bad what's going on.
Yeah.
People are dying.
Yeah, people die.
Like when people die, it's never good. I'm
It's
not, you
never
know, like
good.
I'm not an advocate for any side.
You're not saying, oh, you're wishing that or like you support it.
But it's like what I'm tired of is the people that think they fucking know everything of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, like these virtue signalers that want to go on social media and start posting peace for this or whatever this,
Yeah.
whatever that. I'm like, dude, like you have
don't
no
know
idea
what's
what's going on. You just like you're trying to seem like you're on the right side of things,
Yeah.
or that you might be smart in that. You know, you're
Yeah, like
educated.
you're educated in that
Like
area.
in reality, you're fucking retarded. Like you're just ignorant, and
For
you're not.
real.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're ignorant.
and
for
I
sure.
can't stand it because why isn't there protests about the fucking immigration problem?
That's
Why
what I'm
isn't
saying.
there protests that
And
they're
that's
actively trying to prosecute a
That's
political
crazy.
figure?
For real. And that's actually what's going on in our country.
Exactly, bro.
Like everybody's so worried about what's going on outside of the US when we have so many problems already.
Like, why aren't we protesting against this fentanyl shit, bro?
We should be.
The fact that fentanyl is just getting shipped into the
Shipped
fucking
in.
country from China.
That's a problem.
Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like this whole shit is fucking crazy. But what I want to go back to the point about social media being bad for kids. When it comes down to that, when you're a kid, you're trying to figure out who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you have social media, you start seeing everybody else's lives, but the problem is that it's not their life.
Yeah.
It's the life that they want to portray. It's the life that they want people to believe that they have. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And so you as a kid, you're watching, it's like, oh my God, this person's doing this, this person's doing that. oh my God, they're living such a great life, but here I am struggling. But here I am sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dude, like you don't even realize like that they're putting up a facade.
You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. Like you don't know that they just went broke going on that fucking vacation.
Yeah.
You don't know that they just spent all their fucking money to buy those pair of Jordans just to post it on Instagram.
Just to post a picture to impress somebody who doesn't really even care that much in the first place.
You know what I mean? They spent all their money on a Moncleese. You know what I mean?
Why would you do that?
Like you spent all your money to tell the world that you're rich, but you really just went broke doing that. Like this shit don't make sense, bro.
People be so caught up on the image. Like, oh, I want to look a certain way. Why do you want to look a certain way? People don't actually know like what you have going on or what you think doing behind the scenes. So why would you care what someone else thinks about you? You shouldn't. To be honest, you shouldn't care what no one thinks about you. The only thing you should be doing is focusing on what you want to have going on and your purpose and your goals in life. Especially today as young men in society. Because what they doing today is like, we really have the odds stacked against us. So it's like we've all focused on the wrong things.
Men today, kids today that are gonna turn into men are so fucking weak. There's so many men out here that are so fucking weak.
So weak.
Mentally,
Soft.
physically, they just, bro, like, they don't have no type of drive. They just want to stay in their fucking corner. They want to stay in their fucking bed and do shit.
And that's what society wants.
And then you have the females, because, they're not getting any better either. They just want to go shake some ass. They want to go post their fucking, their fucking goods on OnlyFans to make a quick buck. And it's like,
and they don't see the problem in that. Like, you do realize you're selling your body, right?
Bro, because it's, you know why they don't see a problem is because we have figures like Ice Spice and Sexy Red that are
industry plants
that literally promote their
Sexy Red.
That they promote their body and now became famous. And now the youth looks at it like, oh, that's a way to get famous. I can do that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dude, like
that's who they're looking up to.
Bro, it's fucking ridiculous. They
have no figures to look up to. If you looking up to Ice Spice, like, what does she talk about in her songs?
You're not even a fart. That's what she
like. Come on, let's be honest here. Like, you got Sexy Red having a kid posting crazy pictures in the hospital.
You seen that, right? Like, what type of shit is that?
Come on now, like, you're a mother. They don't really be thinking about it.
She's a woman, bro. Nobody wants to see none of that.
But
bro.
It's like I tell people certain this, and they will, oh, you're a misogynist. Oh, this, that, and the third. Me, I get a lot. Oh, isn't your mom black? Yes, she is, and guess what? She does not act like that at all. She was raised correctly, like
without all that fucking bullshit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And
like,
it's sad, bro.
If I have a daughter, I want my daughter to be exactly like my mom. And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. You want your kids to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to a sense though, because not everybody has the same mindset, but you want them to be, have their shit together, be mature, or get to a place where they can be mature and not follow the crowd. But let me ask you, why do you think a lot of people are lost in life?
I think that a lot of people is lost in life today because, number one, you have the social media, what they're pushing. Number two, you have the woke agenda. And number three, a lot of people don't really have too much drive. Like, I feel like people don't really see themselves like for what they could be. Like, they don't really see their potential in life. Like, they don't look ahead of the future. They just be looking at the now, or like they sometimes think that, oh, they can't do this or that. Like, when literally, if you was to just take that one step that you was thinking about doing, you would go so far. Like,
I always say like this, like, as humans, we have an incredible gift. You're either born with a natural, like, God-given talent that you can hop on a fucking basketball court and be the best there is.
Yeah.
Or you can be even more lucky. You can be good at nothing, and then now you have the opportunity to be great at anything. And that's real shit, bro.
You could be real shit.
That's like, really think about that, bro. Like, you could be born with no ability to do anything, and now with that, you could be great at anything. Because, bro, like, Andrew Tate said this, man, I really fuck with it. It's like, yo, bro, like, if you want to decide to play piano, right?
Yeah.
In a year or so, you'll be a great fucking piano player. And then, you know what? You're making money. And then, you know what? You're known as a piano player, and that's whatever you do.
That's true.
The problem is that a lot of people, when it comes down to, like, purpose and passion and finding yourself, it's like they don't know who they are in the first place. You know what I mean? And we were talking about this with social media. It's like it's all a facade. You know what I mean? They're trying to play that character. They're trying to look like that character that has it all, but they don't really.
At all.
You know what I mean? And so now you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, and it's like when you don't know who you are, you can't figure out what you like.
Yeah.
You don't know your passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if you don't know your passion, you're not gonna get nowhere in life.
Yeah, I want to go into that. Like you said, when you don't know who you are, like a lot of people don't know who they really are because they just soak up who they be around and just they pick up that and end up losing themselves. So they don't really be themselves like that. If I'm making sense. Like,
You know, you're making a lot of sense. You're the sum. You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
That's
because
true.
you know what? It's like we were talking about with drill music, right?
Yeah.
Let's incorporate drill music into this. Why I don't listen to it, and also why a lot of kids listen to it is because it helps you play that character. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all playing a character. You know what I mean? Now, either that character is someone else or it's you and you're the character. You're the main character. You know what I mean? So it's like if a lot of kids these days, right? They want to be the tough guy.
Yeah.
They want to be the gangster. They want to be the fucking drug dealer. They want to be this. They want to be that.
Yeah, scam
so
all that.
if when you say, okay, this is what's acceptable, this is what's cool, this is what's respectable, I want to be like this. Okay, let me listen to the music.
Yeah.
You know, let me listen to that. You know what I mean?
Let me try to be that for a few seconds that I'm bumping this song.
Exactly. You know what? You get in the car, you start bumping it. So now that way the people on the street can hear you playing that music, and now they think you're some gangster,
tough guy.
It's all a
really
fucking fallacy, bro. They really be pussies, bro.
Yeah, bro. None of them want to fight. Everybody carrying now, like, come on now, you're soft.
Bro, like everybody wants to shoot people, and everybody wants to hurt somebody else.
Because people be real pussy these days. They soft. No, like that goes to said, men nowadays is soft, and it's not 100% our fault. Cause like it's like the odds are stacked against us, but like at the same time, it's like, come on now.
It's like wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
like wake the fuck up and realize that like, bro, like you don't have to fucking hurt people to be tough.
Yeah, at some point,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, at some point, we can't just give you excuses no more. Like
you don't gotta be a fucking dickhead to be tough. You know what I mean? It's like that shit makes no sense. Like why is it that you feel like you need to shoot that person? For what? Because they're wearing another color?
Now you locked up.
And you know what's so funny? Like the people that like, especially gang members, right? And I made this point. They're ops, so to speak. They're the same. They're the same as them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, bro, they grew up the same way. You know what I mean? Because it's so funny. They grew up the same way because they both chose that same route. But they just ended up in a different neighborhood, so now they're on a different set. You know what I mean? They're in a different gang. But at the end of the day, you're the same person, bro, and you're just trying to figure out what this life is. Literally. And now, because society and the people around you told you, and the shit that you're being fed is
soaking
like,
up.
Because they're over there, I have to be their enemy. I have to kill them now.
Yeah, like,
and it's like, dude, like, why do you feel the need to hurt somebody else, bro?
Like, if you used to just sit down and really think about it, like, why are you doing that for? Like, what is the reason? Like,
or where
think about it logically. Where is this really gonna go?
Exactly.
Nowhere.
It's not gonna go fucking nowhere, bro. And it's like you really want to see how tough you are. Hit the fucking gym, bro.
Go to the gym. Like start boxing. Go in MMA.
Exactly, bro. Like how many times could you get punched in the face, get knocked down, and get back up?
Yeah, that shows how tough you are.
Like how many times could you really like? How long can you stay on that treadmill? How long can you keep repping out those weights?
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why like if I have a son, like the first sport I'm putting him in is football, and then like boxing or something. Cause it's like
I want to get into mixed martial arts.
I love basketball, but it's like I can't have my son playing that first. You got to get that softness out of him. Like.
Yeah, but like, let's go on to purpose though.
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think the purpose of life is?
I think the purpose of life is balance. Like we could go into the yin and yang and all that, but I feel like everybody like has good and bad inside of them. But it's like there's good and bad in the world, but I feel like it would always be that. It would never just be good and just be bad. Like the purpose of life to me is to find that balance and live like with that balance, that positiveness. Like I'm not saying bad, like as in be bad, but you're gonna have your dark moments sometimes, like you know what I mean?
There's two voices. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's the good, there's the bad. There's God, there's Satan.
yeah,
That will pull you in each direction. You know what I mean? And it's all about who you listen to. And if you listen to the bad, then that's the route you chose. And all you will see is bad.
yeah.
And all you will be is evil and bad. But you could also be good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Balance. Now, I think Satan and God, depending on how you look at it, they're necessary.
Yeah.
Because you need the evil
Mm.
and you also need good. You need light and you also need the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Because
that's
like the Matrix, and my uncle had brought up this point. It's like in the Matrix, it's like, or maybe it wasn't my uncle. Someone brought up this point, and it was like when you watch the Matrix movie, when Agent Smith has captured Morpheus, he was like, "This isn't the first Matrix.
yeah,
The first Matrix that we made was perfect. It was perfect for everybody and everything. It was just perfect,
flowing everything.
and everybody went batshit crazy." And I think that's very true. I mean,
That
we
is
need
true.
we need challenges, we need
do.
difficulty, we need death
Yeah.
and hardship
Mm.
to then be grateful for life and success and the things that you could be grateful for. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
time you have.
Cause I feel like we all like have a perception of morals, so we know kind of like what's good and bad. But who are we really to say what is good and what is bad? Cause I like if you look at someone else's perspective, and they go through something crazy traumatizing, but say you see it as not something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But
about
it's still
perspective.
bad. But like I look at life, I like to look at life as perspective sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
you know, it's not everything is black and white.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now some things are just generally bad. You know, you
yeah.
fucking
Some things is
kill
generally
a child
bad.
or you're a fucking pedophile. That's fucking.
that
There's
ties
no
into
explaining that.
morals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you might have had your own childhood, but there's no there's no
There's no going
justifying that.
around it. There's no going
But
around
there's someone did you dirty,
it.
someone disrespected you, and now you have to retaliate.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Perspective.
But you know what my thing is? What I think the purpose of life is, and I can't speak on if humans were made for a specific purpose,
yeah.
like a specific utility.
yeah.
But I think the purpose of life is to give yourself purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you need to give yourself purpose. And how do you affect the world? How are you going to change the world today? How are you going to change the world tomorrow? How did you change the world yesterday? What did
That
you
is
do?
true.
And so you learn from this. And it's like you have to know who you are. It's like my purpose, right? I want to help people. You know what I mean? And how do I help people? I have this podcast.
Yeah, you want to leave something behind in your legacy.
Exactly. It's like I want people to tune in and maybe take something out, or maybe get the motivation to then start hitting the gym, or
Yeah.
stop smoking weed,
Yeah.
or stop fucking doing these things that they know aren't good for them, but they
Yeah.
just can't find
And it's not like
the drive.
It's not like you just talking about something you haven't been through.
Exactly.
like, feel me? So
anything
it's
I
like-
talk about, it's like I have fucking I like I've been through it. You know what I mean?
So it's like you telling people like, yo, this could help you. Like, trust me, if you do this certain way, you're not just saying something that you don't have experience of, so you know it can be done.
Exactly. It's like as I said before, it's like you could choose to be great at anything you put your fucking mind to, bro.
Literally.
Like you have this TikTok shit.
Yeah, like
You put your mind to it,
literally.
and you're
It's
fucking
consistency. Anything in life.
consistency and discipline.
And discipline.
Fuck motivation, because motivation ain't gonna
motivation.
get you fucking nowhere. You know, motivation will last you until Tuesday, and now you're fucked
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. for
Like,
real.
motivation ain't gonna do shit. Like, yes, you need
Discipline
to
is
start
the
somewhere,
key.
but consistency and discipline.
That's true.
Why do you think that these kids today have no discipline and no consistency? Do you think it's like culture driven? Like,
I think it's I think I think it's culture driven, and I think it has a little bit to do with like fathers, like, you know what I mean? Like not 100%, but a little bit.
you think the lack of father figures and even
A
mother
male
figures?
presence, or like a male presence, like, you know what I mean? Around, some people don't always have that. Like a young boy growing up, so he might not have that all the time, and he might just start acting out a certain type of way. But like he wouldn't fully understand it 100%, because like male and woman, we're different. Like we have different roles that we play to help each other's life. Like my mom taught me how to treat a lady. Feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I get too angry when I was younger, throwing a tantrum. Feel me? My pops would put me in check. Like, yo, chill. Like, you would still get mad, but then, like, you would have to hold that L. Like,
Yeah.
feel me? A lot of people don't know how to hold the L today. Like hold your defeats. Like, I feel like a lot of men don't have discipline because they don't know how to hold their defeats. Like,
They don't want, it's like too many people are afraid to fail, so they don't even start.
yeah.
And it's like you're gonna fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like eventually you will fail, and that's a beautiful thing because that means you're trying. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That means you're giving something. You're trying. You know what I mean?
You're
Like,
taking steps to something.
and then it's even more fucking beautiful if you try again.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
You keep going.
And then you keep going, and then you just need,
Next, you know,
bro.
you keep getting better. You work
You
on
need
your
it to
craft.
You need it to work once. You know what I mean? You just need it to work one time for your whole fucking life to change.
That's true.
I just need an episode to blow up one time.
Literally.
And then life has changed.
Literally.
You need a clip to blow up
One
one good time, and that's it. One
People
idea.
see you mess with it, especially today's age. Like, I feel like today's age is easy for you to like you can make money off of anything that you like today. Like, whatever you like, sports. I think like video games, like
Dude, anything, bro.
anything.
Anything.
Like,
You sell
whatever you
fucking
like.
shoes. Like
Sneakers.
sneakers.
There's ways to
cars.
make money online. All of that. Like, I feel like that's what I'm saying. There's no excuses. Like,
But it's a lack of knowing who you are.
yeah.
And I keep coming back to this, but it's
That
like
is true.
that's the message I
Purpose
kind of
of
want to
life.
speak on today. It's like too many people are so lost
Yeah.
and trying to please everybody else, and that they don't please themselves. They
Yeah.
don't. They don't figure out, why am I here?
Like, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I'm-
like I had to ask myself, what impact do I want to have on the world?
Mm-hmm.
What type of person do I want to be? Do I want to be the person that just goes to work, comes back, smokes my weed, eat my
Repeat.
food, and then
Repeat
restart?
over again.
Like, what type
no.
of shit is that? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. And I feel like a lot of people, like, they listen to the wrong people giving advice, and it could kind of cloud their judgment. Because it's like, all right,
yeah, word.
you
Like,
have a million people telling you, like, oh, like, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, you should do this. But why haven't you done it? This, you know why? It's because they see you doing something good for yourself, and they're like, oh, how can I stop this? Or like, oh, how can I do this?
mhm,
They give you so many ideas. Why don't you do that for yourself? I didn't ask for no advice.
mhm.
You giving me free advice that I never asked for.
It's like people like
A lot
When-
of haters
when-
and
when-
envious people.
when you're at the bottom, it's like, oh yeah, they're rooting for you. But then when you get to the top and you start doing shit, they start hating because they're like, damn, like why me? Why not me?
Yeah, for
And it's like,
real.
you know what I
And
mean?
they
Like,
low key hate both times because at first
Yeah,
it's like,
bro.
oh, they really doing this, and then when you get to the top, it's like, oh, like, damn, I could be doing this. Like, damn, that's how you be feeling.
or it's like, oh, it should be me, not you.
Yeah.
And it's like, shut the fuck up, like
yeah, you gotta
know what I
watch
mean?
people,
Like,
bro. Like,
dude. Like, so many haters, bro. Fuck the haters, bro.
have to,
like-
bro. You have to fuck the pause.
Nah, yo, like that ass. You know what? Like, what sucks is like, it'd be my, like, for me, right? It'd be my own family that I have to prove wrong.
Yeah,
And that shit, like,
That's
that
what it
shit
be
sucks.
most
You
of
know
the
what I mean?
time,
Like,
bro.
a lot of my family, they don't like understand why I'm here right now,
yeah,
and why I'm spending money to do this, and why I'm putting in time out of my day to edit clips and edit the videos and do all this shit, because they don't see where it can
Vision.
lead.
They don't
You know what I
see the
mean?
Vision. They don't have the
Like,
same
this is a
vision
very
as you.
genuine conversation we're having right now, and it's very like people could take something from this.
Yeah, and learn.
You know what I mean?
something.
It's better than watching.
Anything.
It's better than watching fucking Sexy Red shake some ass. Like,
Ice Spice, like,
you know what I mean? Like, fuck them, bro.
see
Like,
Taylor Swift 50 billion times in the Super Bowl, like,
yo, like, yo, this shit is
come
crazy, bro.
on, like,
But it's all like supposed to cloud your. It's all like meant to cloud you, bro.
yeah, cloud your judgment and all.
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, they
You know-
try to sway you away, and sometimes like that's the negative energy I be talking about. Like, you keep thinking positive, stay around positive people, and you just gonna elevate. People keep questioning your decisions and what you have going on, but they don't really see your vision in your head because they're not you. They would never see your vision.
So many people try to compare themselves to others. Like, so many fucking people try to compare themselves to the next person, when in reality it should be you comparing yourself to you yesterday.
Yeah, you versus you every day.
Every day. And that's how you grow. That's how you succeed. Because if you're constantly comparing yourself to the next man, you're gonna be chasing him your whole fucking life.
Yeah,
And then you know what? You're never gonna go
you're
nowhere.
gonna be living in the next man's shadow. It's like
Exactly.
why are you worrying about what someone else has going on when you got to look at your own life and see what you have going on for real? Like, how are you bettering yourself? What are you doing every day on a daily basis to help you move up? You don't want to work your whole life. What are you doing to change that? Nothing. You just watching what he has going on. What does he have going? What does she have going on? Why are you doing that? It's like a lot of people have wrong priorities. Everybody needs to get their priorities straight. I mean, and it's like now that we're young, like I feel like now is the best time to jump on whatever we want to do.
Dude, like I can't even say it any better than that, bro. It's the best time. It's the perfect time.
Perfect.
It's like, yo, like get off the fucking video games, bro. If you're gonna play video games,
Make some money.
make
off
some
it.
fucking money doing it. Exactly, bro.
Like,
If you're gonna sit in a park all day and smoke some weed, stop the shit or learn how to make some money doing
Make
that
some
shit. Like
money off
you're
it.
like, you feel me? Like
weed should be benefiting you if you smoking it every day. Like, you shouldn't just wake up, smoke weed, and then have nothing going on with your life. The only reason you should be even thinking about picking up bud is it's supposed to be a reward. Like, oh, what are you doing in life that you should smoke some weed? You
yeah,
shouldn't be a
like
thing where
like what did like
your last $20 you spending it on that eighth. Like, no.
like that.
Come on,
I was
bro.
saying that earlier. It's like, yo, people will really
at
go
that-
broke to buy that
yeah.
Montclair.
Like, at that
or the
point,
Jordans. You know what I
you
mean?
really gotta wake up. Like, nah, I'm being controlled by this substance. Like, do you want to be controlled by someone? You're a slave to that.
Word. You know, my biggest realization when I was on shrooms was that as a person, I have walls. You know what I mean? I have blocks in my personality.
Yeah.
I have things about me that I don't show the world because I'm trying to protect my ego.
Yeah.
I'm trying to protect myself in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it was crazy when I first did shrooms because it's like, yo, like all the walls that I had built up, you know, like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like
Protect your ego.
it's like when girls put on mad makeup, it's like that's not even you anymore.
Yeah.
Like you're not that's not the same girl anymore.
you take it off, and you like, yo, like,
yeah, like
that's
you're
you?
putting on a face, you're putting on a mask, a facade. And so with me, it's like, yo, like I realized, like, holy shit, like I've been living life as this fucking imposter. I've been living life as like a little bit of that person, a little bit of that person, a little bit of that person, just so I can fit in with everybody. You know what I mean? And be that cool kid.
Yeah. Like,
And then I realized, I'm like,
should never get to that.
and then I realized, I'm like, yo, fuck everybody.
Yeah,
like, what the
like-
fuck? Nobody's making me money.
Nobody.
Nobody's asking me how I feel. Nobody's asking me, you know, how are we gonna, you know, nobody's trying to sit there and be like, yo, how can we make be successful? You know what I mean?
How can we get rich?
It's
How
like
can we become a
nobody's
million?
there like
Nobody's
that.
really checking up. Nobody's really thinking at the same time as you. That's what you
Exactly. And that was my biggest realization. And
yeah, you shouldn't really care what anyone has to say.
I don't know.
I realized that a long time ago. Nobody's really benefiting you for you to think about someone else that much. Like, it's never that serious.
If you're not paying my bills, fuck off.
Yeah.
Real shit. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Firmament. What's up with that, bro? Like, what's up with this dome shit? Like,
Nah,
explain. All right, I want you to try your best to make me believe that we live in a dome.
All right, I'll tell you why we live in a dome.
Tell me why and tell me how.
All right, so number one, I'm going to just say that space is in the ocean. That's what I believe.
Okay, but all right, hold on. We're gonna stop right there. I'm out, guys. Let me stop. Explain that. So space is in the ocean. So you're saying the sky is water?
Yes,
Okay. And how is it staying up there?
because we have a firmament. That's why I believe. Because look at the way they train to go to space. What do they train in? Water. What do spacesuits look like? Water suits. And we only discovered 5% of the ocean. We don't even know what's fully down there. So it's like, you go down a level. Why do they keep us, like, come on. I feel in the dome, right? All right, so I feel like the earth is not fully flat, right? But it comes around like this, right? And we got the firmament on top of it, like around us. But look, my thing is this, right? It's like All right. So why can't we just fly? Like some places in the world, why can't we just fly straight to it? If the world was actually a sphere, we should just be able to fly straight to a certain place. Like I forgot where you have to fly up and then you have to go around
Dude,
and
what
then
the fuck are
come
you
like,
talking? Yo, you're losing me, bro. You're losing me.
nah, like
What do you mean? All right. Let's stop right there. When you say why can't we just fly straight there? Are you talking about planes
yeah,
and why they don't fly straight to their destination?
yeah, sometimes.
It's called not every country has, like the same like air law. Like, you know what I mean? Like
But
some.
that's what they're telling you.
Okay, all right.
And look, why are they covering up the sun? Every day they come with chemtrails, spraying up the sun. Why are they doing that?
what is it? I've been hearing that. What the fuck is a chemtrail?
Chemtrails is what they spraying every single day to cover the sun. You see the airplanes in the air going around spraying up the sun. Like, why are they doing that? It's for a reason.
I don't.
And I feel like they're controlling the weather too.
You know why I don't believe in chemtrails? Because I work at the airport and I got talk to pilot. I'm gonna talk to a pilot and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, like, what's up with these chemtrails?" And if they look at me, like you're not allowed to be asking that, I'm gonna be like, "All right," like, "Oh shit." I don't know, but you're losing me. All right. So let's say like the Earth is flat.
The Earth is
but
flat.
you said
it's
not really flat though. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
It's flat, but we have the dome coming over it. So it's like, and then I think the sun is in the middle, right?
Oh, yeah. All right, I get what you're saying, and it just like rotates around the sky.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But why do you think the Earth is not flat? I mean, not flat, but a dome.
Why do you
think it's a sphere?
Why do I think it's a sphere?
What have they showed us that we can prove that Earth is a sphere?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
We have never been to space. The moon landing was fake.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I could get with that argument. Like, I could get with that, but like, even like, it's like there's certain like, even when I'm like on a fucking plane, right? Like, if I'm up in the air, like I can kind of see the Earth. Like, it's like it doesn't just keep going. Like, it ends. Like, and you see it go down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't think it's a sphere at all. Cause the way they explaining it, the way they explain gravity does not make sense.
All right. Hold on, you're losing me. Explain that.
All right, nah, this in my head. I'm gonna say it right now. Look, so we go to space, right?
Like, I can't like
they're saying
that was gravity, bro.
That's
Like,
what
was that? Like, what was that?
Though. But like, we never been to space to even like, we haven't been past the firmament. I seen a video of Elon Musk shooting a rocket in the sky. The rocket went straight up, came straight down. They're saying it's the boosters flying off. How many rockets is gonna happen to? Why is every rocket just going up, coming straight down? It look like it's hitting something.
For the boosters, every rocket has a booster.
And
now look,
all right, but look, let me get into the dome thing too, right? So like, I think not even just the dome, right? In Antarctica, I think there's walls, right, covering, like, cause we didn't fully discover Antarctica. I think that there's walls around Antarctica, and there's way more land that we haven't even discovered yet.
And what do you think's in it?
A whole new world. Like, I read a book called the The World Behind the Ice Walls, right? And it's basically this guy, right? And he kind of like explains himself going throughout the ice walls. I'm not saying that 100% makes sense, but some of the stuff he was saying was adding up to like what's going on to now. Like, he talked about like the great human reset and all of that, and that makes sense. Cause it's like, I think we are going behind in technology. I think back then, before we got reset, technology was up there. Cause look, there's some people, right? They're called the Tartarians, right? They was with the Mongols and stuff like that. Why can't we build certain buildings that they was building now? Why can't we do that? If you look at the courthouses in Brazil, Portugal, and another island, they're literally the same exact courthouse. How is that?
You got me there, buddy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
Like,
and you're making sense with the technology, because we definitely used to be like, I truthfully believe there was an advanced civilization that got wiped out during a great flood.
The great reset. That's what they call it.
But we're deviating from the point, because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this dome shit. I don't think you
The
can.
firmament.
So I don't think you can prove that the Earth is flat, and I cannot prove that the Earth is round either. I just know that life and everything that has been told to me says that the Earth is a sphere. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? Like,
But I think that's another lie that they fed us, because that's how they get control, by feeding. But every time they feed us a lie, that's another way of manipulation.
so like, yeah, I was gonna go here. Like, why do you think they lie?
The
And then
government-
why is every country lying?
because I
So-
think that's how they manipulate us.
But like, I can't, bro, I can't, like, that means, like, let's really dissect this, bro. Because if every country is lying to us about why the Earth is flat, like, that means they're all in cahoots.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or that means that
someone else is
not
controlling
even
them.
yeah, exactly. There's someone else involved, like
Yeah.
a bigger group.
That's
that's
what I
really-
believe.
Like, I don't know. I feel
Not
like
to
this is-
sound
this
too
is
crazy.
big, bro.
Not
This
to
is-
sound
yo,
too.
we're
We getting deep. Yeah, we
yeah,
getting
like,
deep.
yeah, I'm gonna get like, yo,
But like, nah, like I honestly think that there's a higher group pulling the strings. They put everything in movies before they happens. Like the movie The World They Left Behind.
leave
Leave the world behind.
leave the world behind.
And look, the movie Don't Look Up. Like I just think movies like or The Truman Show. You ever seen the movie They Live? You should
Nah.
watch that movie.
When it comes to movies and like I can see like I can see Obama like trying to warn us through a movie, but then I also believe that like movies also are just like people just get really creative, and so you can they're kind of so vague, and there's so
Yeah.
many movies that you can kind of just be like, oh my god, like it's just like that movie,
For sure.
like you know what I mean, like.
But
like-
all right, look at The Simpsons, right? Because look, I'm gonna go into The Simpsons.
All right,
now.
I can't explain that, but
I think that The Simpsons is not predicting the future that they're telling us. Like they're kind of guiding us in the future that they want to tell us. Cause look, how are they just putting stuff in like that? At that point, it's not predictions. It's like, all right, we want society kind of moving this way. So I'm not saying The Simpsons is controlling us, but the people, like the masses who's controlling us, is controlling The
So-
Simpsons and
but,
putting
like,
it
I don't
in
believe
there.
that I'm controlled.
Huh?
Like I don't think I'm controlled. I'm only
We're not-
controlled by God, and I'm also tempted by
You're
the
not
devil.
controlled, but we still pay taxes.
All right, you got me.
Feel me?
You got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
But like,
but yeah, I think that the
Why-
Simpsons.
why lie about the Earth? Like, why is it that they're just lying?
I think that they're lying because there's certain truths out there that they don't want us to know.
Like what?
Like, the
Like
Nephilim.
what changes if we learn that the Earth is flat? What changes?
Not flat, but firmament.
Well, all right. So if the Earth is flat, like what you're trying to say, because I know the theory. It's like the Earth is flat, and then we have a dome.
Yeah.
That dome is considered the firmament.
yeah.
You know, the firmament is not a shape, so you can't. You know, it's like the Earth is not a firmament.
The dome.
The
yeah.
dome would be the firmament.
Yeah.
But what changes?
This is what changes, right? So it's like I gotta get into this. All right.
You got it. Right now is the time, bro.
All right, so this is what happens when they do that, right? So we start to think a certain way, right? It still ties into manipulation, but not only that, right? They want to hide certain things from us, like Antarctica, for instance. They tell us, oh, the Earth is a sphere. We don't really try to like branch out. We're not even allowed to go to Antarctica. Why not? Because there's a place beyond that we haven't
But
seen.
it would kind of be the same if it was flat anyway.
Like, you ever seen Operation Fishbowl? Or that's when the government went, right? They went inside of the thing and they learned about the firmament. Or like operation. There's a couple operations that they did, and somebody named Admiral Byrd.
yeah, I've read his
Yeah,
his logs or journal,
yeah,
which
and
that was interesting.
that was interesting.
But it didn't.
you
say
saying
that
there's
it-
no proof,
It
right?
didn't, I'm not saying there's no proof. I'm just saying it was interesting, but it's not like evidence to say that the Earth is flat.
Yeah,
It like can I agree? Like, is there an argument to be made that there's some fuckery going on with Antarctica? 100%, because the fact that all the governments have agreed to not like do anything around Antarctica, or like
Yeah.
they don't like there's like for some reason there's an alliance when it comes down to what goes on in Antarctica. So there's a little bit of fuckery going on, but I think if the Earth is flat or not flat, it's the same shit. You know what I mean? Like if it was flat, like you're saying it is, like they're
Yeah.
still gonna be
It's
doing the
still-
same
they
shit. You know what I
still
mean?
lying
Or
to
if
us,
they
though.
if they told us the Earth was flat,
Yeah.
they would still do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, why lie?
But it's like, cause it's like they have
Or it's like,
certain secrets that they keeping from us
but like, what does that have to do with the Earth being flat?
because we don't fully know the earth. We don't know the land that's there beyond the earth, beyond the ice walls.
All right, so explain to me what's beyond the ice walls.
Beyond the ice walls, right? All right, so I was reading this book, right?
Or
But this
are
is
we like-
kind of what my theory.
Are we like those snow globes that were you know what I mean? Like like are we like the universe is like, are we in like a like let's go deep right now. Let's say like we're in like a galactic convenience store
Yeah.
and we're in a snow globe right now, and
Yeah.
that's our galaxy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, in a way, yeah. But like I think like our snow globe is way bigger than what they showing us.
All right, but what is outside of our firmament?
All right. So this is I think outside of the firmament, we have different places that they talk about, like Shangri-La. Where do all these names come from?
You explain it to
That's
me.
what I'm saying. Look, Shangri-La is that's an island, I believe. And another thing too, I believe that like beyond the ice walls is
wait,
the
wait.
Nephilim, like the giants that they talk about in the Bible.
So you think the Nephilim are outside of the ice wall?
Yeah, and more than that, aliens. Oh, I think we are living amongst aliens that we don't even know.
Yo, I keep saying Walter could be an alien, bro, and we don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just here to supervise us and make sure we don't get out of line. Like, you know what I mean? But that's, I mean,
bro.
because all right, if you're saying that there's islands outside of the firmament, that means
Yeah.
there's water out there.
Yeah,
How does that make sense?
because Earth was water before it was land. That's what.
But if you're, all right,
It
hold
was,
on, 'cause
though.
you're losing me, bro. You're losing me.
Earth used to be like 70%, like Atlantis.
Dude.
How was that a city? Think about it.
I believe Atlantis was real. Don't get me wrong, but that has nothing to do with if the Earth is flat. Let's stay on, because like
Alright,
you're
you
saying
talking
that
about the
this
Earth
is
is
this
flat.
is Earth, right?
yeah,
This is the flat Earth,
that's the dome.
but you're also saying that there's water outside of it. Because if you're saying that there was an island outside, that means that there's water outside, right?
Nah, look.
See,
I think,
I'm
yes, but no, because I believe that is all in the dome. Like,
So there's a dome within the dome.
nah, like those, like beyond the ice wall is still within the dome.
Okay, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So now there's water, and then the dome. So there's the ice wall
It's
right
like,
here,
alright, so like we have like, all right, right here is the ice wall, right?
and then outside of it is some water.
Water and islands,
And then
right?
there's
and then
the
there's
dome.
another one. And then there's some islands right there, and then it expands just like that. That's
Now,
how I see it.
why do you believe in all this?
Because I believe, like, I seen certain patterns, right? And I believe that is true because it makes sense. Because if you
Like, what have you seen in real life, not on the internet, that's like, yo, they fucking lied?
the sun, I say the way they talk about how the earth, how we go 360 a day. I don't believe that.
Why not?
Because the way they explain, all right, so the way they explain gravity doesn't make, like I said,
It
like,
does
I
make-
feel like if we're
it makes
spinning,
perfect
right?
sense.
I feel like if we're spinning, right? Why is water still just stuck in place then?
Water isn't stuck in place. That's why we have high tide and low
Nah,
tide.
but like the way that they show spaces, the water would be falling out of Earth.
Well, all right. One, there's an atmosphere, which could be considered the firmament.
Yeah,
There's
the
an
dome.
there's an atmosphere, right? That follow me here. Let me try to
Okay,
break this
okay.
down. We have an atmosphere that makes sure water just can't fucking up and dip out of here. But then we also have a gravitational pull on Earth that keeps us like that. You know what I mean? Like that we're still here. With water, however, it's not just stuck in place. The Earth's core attracts gravity. That's why from wherever you are on Earth, you get stuck to the Earth. You know what I mean?
It's like,
But now I know you don't believe in none of this, but I'm just telling you
don't.
what the logic is.
Because it's like,
on the
how
other
can
side.
we prove that though?
But how can we prove what you're saying?
Right, we can't.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's why it's
Exactly.
like two different beliefs. But I just believe mine's is right.
I listen. I'm not saying that I'm right,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that
You're just explaining.
I'm not saying you're wrong either.
Yeah, you're just explaining the facts.
I'm just explaining it, and it's like with the moon too. When the moon goes around the Earth, it also pulls some. It like I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's pulling the water too, but it's not gonna just yank the fucking water out the Earth.
Yeah.
It's just that's why we have high tide and low tide. And if the moon was to get destroyed, fucking shit would go batshit crazy. Which I mean,
I think that
to your point, that makes no fucking sense
Yeah.
either way. Because like when the water just like gets, stuck
that's
to Earth.
what I'm saying though.
But I think this is just in a few years, hopefully we have some answers. You know what I mean? But when did you like really get this belief?
I got this belief like I've been thinking about it for like a couple years now, but I really dialed down on it like a year ago. Like I was
Yeah.
really because like I seen a actual map of like what they like seen, and it made so much sense to me. Like I don't know, some things like I feel like you just feel it. You're like, nah, this makes sense. Cause it's like I never believed in the spare Earth, the 360 going around. It just never made sense to me at all. Cause we never been to space, and they can't prove that we've been to space at all. So it's like, how can they even see that?
I mean, they can prove it, but
How?
it's if you believe the proof.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
That's
like
true.
the moon landing. That is proof.
That is,
But it's if you believe that that's the
fake,
proof.
though. Like they asked, what's his name, Neil Armstrong? I seen a video.
Yeah, that was kind of sus. They were in like they were on the board, the board meeting or whatever, and they were sitting like that, and yeah, it was a little sus
That was
because
a little sus.
they didn't want to answer nothing. I think let's talk about the moon landing, right? Because we
Yeah.
got a few more minutes left.
Yeah.
If it was faked and the Earth is still round, I think it was faked because I think the U.S. just didn't want to lose to Russia. So they faked the whole shit just to make it seem like they came out on top.
That makes sense.
Or I think they were just faking it the whole time because they just wanted to bankrupt the Soviet Union anyway.
That makes sense, but
You know what I mean? Propaganda.
that makes
U.S.
sense.
is the fucking the U.S. is the king of propaganda.
Mm,
You know what I
that
mean?
is true.
They fucking
I feel
everything
like
is a psyop.
every war that we've been in, I feel like, except for like a civil war, we got involved in it for no reason.
Well,
look at what- not for no reason.
Yeah, there's some wars
But,
that
like,
yeah.
Like, all right, so World War II, what happened? Pearl Harbor or something like that?
Yeah, so Pearl Harbor, we got attacked. So
Yeah.
that kind of pushed us to get
That
involved in
forced
the
our
whole
hand.
shit. Vietnam, that we shouldn't have got involved in Vietnam
At all.
at all. The Afghanistan war, that was caused by 9/11, obviously.
Yeah.
But then it's like there was also
We could go into
Bush.
9/11 too.
There was also
With
there was-
Bush.
there was also Bush talking about how there was weapons of mass destruction, and there wasn't.
Yeah.
And we kind of just killed a whole bunch of people for no fucking reason over a lie. Ukraine, like, let's talk about Ukraine for a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole reason that Russia invaded Ukraine is because one, Putin actually believes that Ukraine is a historical part of Russia, and two, dude, Ukraine is right next to Russia, and NATO is actively
NATO,
trying
yeah.
to
I
get
seen
into
that.
Ukraine. They're
Yeah.
actually trying to make Ukraine a part of NATO, and like, why would I want my enemy living next door? Why would I want the NATO living
don't
right
blame
next door?
Putin.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't blame Putin.
like,
But
you know
like
what I
I'm
mean?
not saying I advocate
Yeah, like
for war.
we're not advocating for him and he's he's
Yeah.
Jesus. No, but it's like we're
I
not.
understand
We're not
why he
like
did what he did. Like he gotta show his gun
Like,
for me, for
like,
his
let's-
country.
the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? America was fucking pressed, bro, because Cuba had missiles that were bro. Cuba's right there, bro.
Yeah.
So if Russia had missiles in Cuba, and so it was a big problem because you know why? Because America didn't want our enemy in our backyard. And now what? We're trying to go into the backyard of our enemy,
Yeah.
and now you're trying to make him look like the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That makes no sense.
Fuck out of here.
9/11, inside job.
Inside job. Bush definitely. If you see the way that the planes hit the tower building and like the way the smoke came down and all of that, like that's an inside job.
My biggest so these are the two things that got me interested, right? And this will be our last point.
All right, man.
The two things that got me interested in 9/11, and I just want to make it out there for anybody, still listening. It's like,
Facts. Ended up.
when it comes down to it, it's like 9/11 was a horrific day. People lost their lives. People lost their husbands, wives, children, and friends.
My
I'm
mom
not
was making
disputing-
her way home. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, like I'm not disputing that. People got fucked up that day.
Yeah.
But we're talking about if it was done
Inside job.
an inside job. So for me, 2 days before 9/11, some guy, I forgot his name and I forgot his position, but he was from the government, said that $2 trillion was unaccounted for. That was pretty interesting. 2 days before 9/11.
That's
Now,
interesting
there's
to
also
me.
some stories that say that the plane hit the direct office building that that office was in charge of finding out where that money went, or had the only proof and only evidence of where that money went.
Wow.
So there was that.
Coincidence?
And then there's also building number 7, which there was 3 buildings that fell down that day. There was the two towers and building number 7.
Yeah.
Now, the logic for building number 7, which made no fucking sense, is that the flames from the fucking buildings falling down caused the steel in the building to melt.
That's
and
what
so
made
now,
no sense to me.
And now the other building fell down because the steel melted.
That made no sense.
Logically, jet fuel doesn't burn to the temperature that can melt steel.
Yes.
So how the fuck does that make sense?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
You just explained why exactly I think that's an inside job.
Like, and you know what I'm also like? How is it, right, that the whole fucking building fell down when it got hit at the top?
That makes no. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like,
it makes no sense.
Like, in no
like,
way
they could have staged it a little. Like, rest in peace to anyone who died there.
You're
but
telling them they could have done a better
like,
job.
Bush could have done a better job, like, planning that hit. Like, come on now.
Yo, like, that kind of made no sense to me. Like,
they whispered in his ear when he was talking to the kids, like, job done.
Like,
I bet.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not an expert on this shit, but like, if the plane,
at some point,
if a plane gets hit at the top, bro, like, why is it that the shit just fucking? Why is
the
it
way
that the
it was
whole
smoking
shit
was
fell down?
crazy.
I mean, well, don't get me wrong. It probably had a whole bunch of fuel, and it just
but,
took
like,
off.
It came boom, and it just started towering down like right away.
Well,
like,
no,
I guess it's a big building.
Yeah, like, it is a big ass building. And I remember Trump was on like this call on the news network, and he was like, you know, it's like it kind of doesn't make any sense. Like right after, he was like, it doesn't make any sense. Like how is it that a plane is able to take down one of the most strongest buildings in America or New York City? Actually, no, it was America. Like, how is it that that plane is able to? And he was like, those planes aren't that strong. Like, they're not they're not strong planes. Like, so how is it? And he was like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
And you know what? You got any final words?
Last point: Joe Biden is a clone. He's being controlled by the government.
A clone. He's a clone trooper. That is different. All right, guys. That was fun. That was you lost me at the fucking firmament. But on that note, guys, I will see you on the next episode. I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you guys try something new. Stay disciplined. If your friends are bums, you're probably a bum. Go get some new friends, please, because it's very possible to be very successful. And as I said before, if you weren't born with a God-given talent, you have a great opportunity to be great at anything. All right, and I'm gonna just leave you with that. All right, guys, I will see you next episode.